this month. Friday, the Nats scored 8 to fight off the Rockies. Yesterday, Colorado topped that with a 9-run effort to win in extras. Today, Lucas Giolito makes his 4th big league start, looking to help his team earn a series win. Hot day at the ballpark again. It's a rubber game for the weekend series. Last game of this short homestand. So the gals are here today. She loves baseball. So does she. But the guys are here too. Trying not to think about going back to school. One final day at the ballpark. Bob and FP, a lot of baseball to be played. Game number 130 today. Rockies, Nats get together. You expect offense. These are the 2 top teams in the league right now over the last 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, tough task for Lucas Giolito. Pretty good lineup. One of the best lineups we've seen, especially the Rockies' first 4 hitters. But when you look at how these teams rank up against each other this month, runs per game tied for first. Average first and second on base percentage, slugging percentage. 2 offensive ball clubs, especially in the month of August.
Reports are good on Lucas Giolito coming back to the big leagues. This will be his 4th start. Kind of roughed up his last 2. He was very good that first time. Rain got in the way, but we're hearing good numbers about control and being unhittable at times.
Yeah, a couple of starts ago against Toledo, 10 strikeouts, no walks. His last 4 appearances in AAA, 23 strikeouts, just 3 walks. So Lucas Giolito seems to have figured out the command control issues that we saw the first couple of times. And we're looking for a big one from Lucas here today, maybe his first major league win.
We would love to see that, and we'd love to see Bryce hit the ball around the yard like he's been doing. 14 games since he's been back, hitting .389, 16 RBIs, and the on-base percentage is over .480. Wearing out the Rockies to the tune of .444. Harper, Rendon, Turner, Murphy, they're all hot as well. On Masson, brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. So the Giolito jersey on display today. Hopefully the fastball and the other stuff on display between the lines as Lucas takes on the hard-hitting Rockies. Colorado at 273, first in the league. It is 89, clear skies, humidity very reasonable. That has saved us the last couple of days here at the ballpark, the humidity being down. So the Rockies first in batting average and runs, fourth in home runs. And right now, Nolan Arenado, last 6 games, he is on fire. 12 for 25, 4 and 10. The rest of the Rockies, including the man who now leads the league in hitting, DJ LeMahieu at 347. So Giolito's ready. More on him from FP in a moment. Stepping in, Charlie Blackmon. First pitch low. We're underway at 136.
I see the arsenal for Lucas. Fastball this year at the big league levels averaged 94 miles an hour. Curveball 80, changeup 85. But he's been dialed. His last 3 AAA appearances, a 1.29 ERA, 17 strikeouts, just 1 walk. So whatever happened before, who cares? Get another chance today against a tough Rockies lineup.
Ball ripped off the glove of Ryan Zimmerman. Great effort to his right. And then dribbling into right field for a base hit. And Charlie Blackmon is 4 for 10 in this series.
A good effort by Ryan at first base. He's ready for the ball. Just kind of hits off the end of his glove. Trickles into right field. Charlie Blackmon picking up where he left off yesterday. He was the Nat killer. Couple of home runs, number 22 and 23.
.147 hits for Blackmon, 154 for LeMahieu, who steps in right now. 3 for 5, hit by a pitch yesterday. So the Rockies seeing Lucas Giolito for the first time. 11th year in the big leagues. Mike Malinsky is behind the plate. Marty Foster, Mark Wegner, and the crew chief. There's Mike Winters over at third.
Mike, Marty, Mark, Mike. In case you're wondering at home.
It's the 4M crew.
But you probably are.
Two and 0. LeMahieu also sporting one of the highest on-base percentages in the league at .419. Third highest behind Joey Votto and Paul Goldschmidt. Three and 0.
I'm telling you, the Rockies have the best 1 through 4 hitters in the National League. I mean, right out of the gate, when you talk about Blackmon with 23 home runs, hitting .313, LeMahieu 347, Cargo on deck 309 with 24, and then Nolan Arenado with 34, 108. I don't care who you're facing or who you're talking about. The Rockies' first 4 hitters are the best in the National League.
Yeah, not a good idea to walk any of the first 2. Gonzalez and Arenado coming up.
Well, there's your defense for the Nats behind Lucas. Revere, Turner, Harper, your outfield. Espinoza, Rendon, left side. Murphy, Zimmerman, right side. And Wilson Ramos behind the plate. Ben Revere in left field for Jason Worth today. Did a nice job off the bench yesterday with a walk and a base hit.
Carlos Gonzalez, home run, part of that 5-run 11th yesterday. That was his first hit of the series. 1 for 9 with a walk, 3 RBIs. And Giolito bounces one.
Yeah, the first couple of tries for Lucas, I thought the secondary pitches were the story. You know, if he can establish those early in this game, get the Rockies thinking about a curve and maybe even a change, his 94-95 will play that much more firm.
Dangerous situation. 1-0 pitch. That one bounces in on a fastball.
Well, he's looked at the mound the last 2 pitches after he's delivered. I don't know if he's trying to get used to the mound or what, but he's looked straight down, almost like a PGA golfer after he misses a putt, looking at the green. That's a good trip by Wilson Ramos.
Well, the Nats start today. 8 games up on Miami. Got a little help from the Padres, who beat the Marlins yesterday. Mets gained a game. They're 9 back. Justin Nicolino for the Fish at home against San Diego. And the Phillies are at New York. On 2-0, Gonzalez pumping.
It's time for your Coons.com Scouting Report. Over 2 million vehicles sold and counting. 4th time's a charm. Looking for his first big league win today. And Strike King, 23 strikeouts, just 3 walks his last 4 AAA appearances. Trying to get in that strike zone right here, right now.
2-1 pitch, shift on, runner going from second to third, and quite a jump for Charlie Blackmon. And he had Rendon scrambling over there to go to the bag with him. Blackmon 15 steals this year. Two. Espinosa right at the second base bag. Ball 3. And this ball hammered to center. Turner short of the track. Blackmon tagging. Throw needs to come into second. It does in good fashion. So LeMahieu stays at first, and that's the first out of the game.
Well, had to throw a strike. He did. Got a big out in Carlos Gonzalez, and now he's a ground ball away from wiggling out of this mess in the first inning. Good throw by Trey Turner, keeping DJ LeMahieu at first.
Arenado 2 for 8 in the series, couple of walks, but red hot before he got here. Chris Bryant, 1 more home run. Nobody has more RBIs than him. In fact, nobody in all of Major League Baseball. Edwin Encarnacion of the Blue Jays, 105. This guy, 108.
This looks a little quick right now, maybe a little overamped to me. Haven't seen him too much this year, but seems like he's fighting it, trying to settle into this one.
Jammed him, pretty good pitch, but the pop-up is going to get out of play.
And you really don't have time to settle in to a ball game against the Rockies. You got to come out of the pen firing. They don't allow that with their first 4 guys.
Yeah, they're real good at dropping crooked numbers early. Nats have turned 121 double plays, 5th most in the league. And that's a good looking breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's a good looking breaking ball, and now the whole Rockies dugout saw Lucas Giolito throw it for a strike. 2, maybe their best hitter, so look at the rotation, look at the late break. It's all Arenado can do is watch it. Now if he throws it again as a hitter, you have to respect it because he showed that he can throw it for a strike. He can bounce one here maybe and get away with it.
Arenado's going to hit one over short. So that pitch got a lot of the plate. And Nolan Arenado now has 109 RBIs. Rockies on the board early.
I think he was trying to bounce this one. So you throw one for a strike. Usually you throw the second one a little bit shorter and lower. But that one stayed up enough for a guy that knows how to drive in runs to drive one in. Right idea. Just got a little bit too much plate.
Next up, the rookie outfielder, David Dahl. He's had a good series, 4 for 8. So to 2 different hitters, tripling up on the curveball there.
Say this, one of your main goals today, if you're Lucas Giolito, has to be to keep your ball club off the field defensively. That's a team that stood out there for about 5 hours yesterday, it seemed like.
Yeah, rough day.
Get him back in the dugout, get him in the shade, work quick, throw strikes. Good things will happen.
0-2 pitch. Jammed him. Little flare. Rendon catches it on the fly. Tricky little play to his right. Then he came up looking for any runners who might have gone wandering.
Yeah, he was way over. And that ball had just enough hang time for Anthony Rendon to get over there. That was going to be a fair ball. Couldn't tell that initially, but looking at the replay, that was going to hit inside the line. So nice play by Anthony Rendon for the second out here in the first.
Next up, Gerardo Parra. Hitless in the series, walked twice. And Giolito pouring that fastball to the outside edge. Mets scored in the first, Marlins scored in the second. They each have 1-0 leads in their home games just underway.
Parra had trouble with the fastball up yesterday. Struck out a couple of times on A.J. Cole's heater. Let's see if Wilson Ramos remembers that, and they try to climb a ladder here with 2 strikes. Sure he does.
The crowd picking up on it. They're trying to help out their rookie here.
A.J. did a nice job yesterday. Real nice.
0-2 pitch. Ten of his last 11 pitches for strikes. Pitchers have had some long first innings in this series. And Giolito gets the ground ball. Murphy backhand right side, wheels and fires right on target to Ryan Zimmerman.
Nice play.
Yeah, 2 hits around the walk. Lucas gets out of it. Colorado just won, and that's a minor victory. Just under 32,000 a game this year. At home, 38 and 25. Speed at the top of the lineup today. Jason Worth getting a day off, so it's Turner, Revere. And then you got the hitmen Murphy, Harper, and Rendon. Anthony, last 8 games, 12 for 28. And on his last 30 games, look at his numbers extended out to 349 with 25 RBIs. Nats face Chad Bettis for the 4th time, 3 games, 1 start. No record, 6.35 ERA. Here's Trey. Strike 1.
27th start of the season for Bettis. 16th on the road. Lost his last start August 22nd at Milwaukee. Walked a career high 7.
Wow.
Gave up 4 runs on 4 hits in 5 innings in that ball game through 111 pitches. So fastball, cutter, curveball changed the arsenal. And I think based on last outing, you got to make him throw strikes, right?
His last outing for sure. He was better against the Nationals on July 16th. Got a no decision. They won the game. There was weather. 2 runs on 5 hits, 3 innings, a walk and a strikeout. So not a full night of baseball on which to check him out. 2-1, and there it goes from Turner. Heading deep to left. See you later. The leadoff man ties the game as Trey Turner does it again. That's his 5th of the year, RBI number 21.
You know, yesterday I said I'm going to start introducing the opposing pitcher and just say there goes the no-hitter at the end. I almost said it. I didn't want to jinx Trey Turner. But there goes the no-hitter. There goes the shutout on a Trey Turner tater. Say that 5 times fast. 5th home run of the year, 103 miles an hour, 404 feet. Who's better than Trey Turner in all of baseball right now?
Yeah, exciting, and now he's hitting for power. And you've made this comment too. The thing we like about Trey, after he hits a homer, he doesn't spend his next 20 at bats trying to do it again.
Yeah. Hey, they're addictive, man. Especially for fast guys. You start trotting around the bases and not having to use your speed, it's fun.
Ben Rivera pull it to the right side, too close to the bag to let him threaten Parra with beating it out. 1 out.
So this is how Trey Turner's day starts. Look at him pull his hands in right there. The location mistake, the arm side run right onto the barrel. A little thunder in that bat. Don't sleep on Trey Turner's power. I mean, he has elite speed, but he also has some pop.
6th career homer. He did hit 1 last September, right toward the end of the season on the 29th against Matt Whistler at Atlanta. The ball that flew a lot like that one did. There's Daniel Murphy. Having a good series, on base 4 times. With a walk, 3 hits. 2 for 6 career against Chad Bettis in the foul ball 0-2.
Yeah, Walt Weiss was saying after yesterday's game that it's hard for me to say something nice about a kid that went to NC State. Walt Weiss, a Tar Heel. But he was impressed by Trey Turner's speed. He said it's a tremendous weapon. He's Billy Hamilton fast.
Yeah, we were watching the plays of the week this morning, and both Turner and Hamilton made remarkable grabs in the outfield this week. 1-2 to Daniel Murphy. He'll hit it up the middle, but that's where the shortstop is playing, near the bag. Daniel Descalso takes care of that. 2 outs.
Here's your Coons.com scouting report. Over 2 million vehicles sold and counting. Bus stopped. He went 3 innings against the Nats at Coors. You remember that 2-hour and 5-minute rain delay, so that's the only time they've seen him this year. He gave up a couple of runs on 5 hits. And winning ways, the Rockies have won 11 of his past 14 starts. Do you get it, Bettis, bus?
Yeah.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
I did that all by myself.
Sort of a smaller bus than Jerome.
Yeah, a little bit.
But that's all right.
Wrong number, too, but still. It's early on a Sunday morning. That's all I got.
Yeah. Late in the season. Dog days for announcers. Bryce Harper.
I definitely iced my vocal cords after the game yesterday.
Yeah, the pace of that game was tough for everybody. Fans, fielders,
players.
Guys did a lot of standing around on defense yesterday. Bryce Harper 389 over his last 14 games, and on base 21 out of 22 ball games. 1-1. Against Bettis, 2 for 3 with an RBI. Mike Winters tossed him immediately yesterday. That happened so fast it was mind-blowing. Bryce out of the game in about 2 seconds, disputing that strike call.
I don't think they went to dinner last night after the game. I mean, they went to dinner, maybe just not together.
2-1. Well, it was late in the ball game on a long day. It was a close pitch. Bryce had a beef on the call. 2-1. This one pulled. Parra has to back up and backhands it. So during the game, he looks a lot better than he does during batting practice playing first base. We watched him working out yesterday, but he has handled it well. So has Trey Turner. 6-game hitting streak now, 15 for his last 25.
Leadoff Tater, now just a triple-double single short of the cycle here today. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, look forward to Miller time later in the ball game. That is brought to you by Miller Lite. You think I'm joking?
Well, 8 years ago today, something like that happened. We'll tell you about that later in this ballpark. Lucas Giolito, first pitch, top of the second, a strike to Daniel Descalso. So that first inning ended up 24 pitches, 15 strikes. Descalso without a hit in the series, on base a couple of times.
And maybe that first inning, getting out of it with just a run, and Trey Turner answering with a home run relaxes Lucas a little. He looked really amped up in that first. Just tell he's a fidgety guy by nature, but he was really excited, I guess, is a way to put it, in the first.
Yeah, glimpse into the future. Giolito starting and Turner leading off, doing something big. 1-2. This one drilled out to Trey. He's right there.
He made that look easy.
Very smooth.
Smooth.
If you can play anywhere, right?
Yeah, but this transition he's making is seamless. Hey, if you just came to your first Nats game today, you'd say, that guy's a good center fielder, not knowing that he's been a shortstop his whole life.
Yeah, then you'd ask your dad, is he on the home run charts? Is he in the top 10? A lot to like. So much to like. Here's Tony Walters, the catcher. His first start of the series. Nick Hundley having a good series, 4 for 10, a homer, 4 RBIs, so he gets a day off today. Walters, 24 years of age, out of Vista, California. Rancho Buena Vista High School. He played on the Team USA under-18 team that beat Cuba for a gold medal back in '09. He was heading for the University of San Diego, signed with Cleveland. And there's a little skewing toward Coors Field right there. Rockies picked him up on waivers from Cleveland this past February. So this is his first action in the big leagues this year. One-two pitch. Giolito down in the dirt, gets the swing and the miss. Ramos picks it up and throws to Zimmerman, 2 down. First strikeout today.
You see him turning over the changeup right here. Walter's seeing fastball all the way until he realizes the ball ain't getting there. So nice changeup. All of a sudden the secondary pitch is there for Lucas, and when you look at his AAA numbers lately, they almost had to be to put up those kinds. 10 strikeouts, no walks a couple of starts ago against Toledo.
Yeah, trending very well. Chad Bettis, 2 for 39 this year. It's a big league hitter, 4 for 82, 3 RBIs. Counts even, 2-2. Fastball, late swing. Ryan Zimmerman backhands, he'll take it himself. Good inning for Lucas. He's retired 5 in a row, so he's settling in. Anthony Rendon is straight ahead.
Into the bottom of the second inning. Get an entire month of home games for just $75 with Nats Pass. It's the newest way to enjoy Nats baseball. You never know. The clincher could be against the Braves, the Phillies, the Mets, the Diamondbacks, or Miami. That would be real late. But hey, for $75 at a Nats Pass, you could be here for the clincher. Visit nationals.com/NatsPass for all the details. Go Mickey Mouse. We love Mickey. Is that Mickey
got the
or
ball
Minnie?
cap on, sunny afternoon. Got the Nats gear.
That's Minnie Mouse. The pink should have given it away, FP.
Hi to you. Cool. Rendon, Ramos, and Zimmerman. Bottom of the second.
No more Minnie Mouse in spring training, though.
Yeah, we'll be a lot farther from Orlando now.
It was a good run with Mickey and Minnie.
Yeah. Goofy. Rendon out to left center. David Dahl. So one pitch, one out. Bottom of the second inning. 4 straight for Bettis since the Trey Turner home run. Let's go inside the numbers. Brought to you by Jeep. Runs this month, the Rockies and the Nats in a dead heat at 6.04 per game. Reds are slugging. Yankees are one of the hotter teams over in the American League now. They're trying to make it 5 in a row against Baltimore, scoreless early. And the Cubs, of course.
Well, if you showed me that graphic yesterday, I would have told you we were playing 11 innings. Duh.
Yeah, exact same runs per game.
Wilson's about ready to get hot again.
1 for 3 in this series, an RBI, a walk. 2 for 4 with a couple of RBIs against Bettis. On the pitch, low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rockies are heading home from here. They came from Milwaukee. Going to try to put a dent in the Dodgers, who have a 2-game lead over the Giants in the West. Rockies had a chance to get back in it a couple of weeks ago, but they just couldn't get anything going at all. Two 1 to Ramos. That one around the front door for a strike. Zimmerman suddenly in a scuffle. 2-2. Way outside. Ramos a tapper. He's digging. He's digging. He made it. He's at first base with 1 out. Crowd loves it. An infield hit by the big man.
Told you he's about to get hot. Well, that's how you get hot. That's how things start to go your way. Just a swing and bunt. Yesterday he blooped one into right. And once the Buffalo starts roaming, he is tough to stop. He is smelling the hit. Did you see how quick he got out of the box? That might be the quickest I've seen Wilson get out of the box. It definitely wasn't his home run trot.
He was halfway to the right field corner when he finally stopped. And he's aboard with 1 out with Ryan Zimmerman coming up.
That was a stampede.
That was fun. Ryan in this series 1 for 8. Came back with a vengeance a little over a week ago. Now just a couple of hits in his last 25 at bats. But 2 for 3 against Bettis in previous matchups. 7 for 33 overall since he came back, hitting in 5 of 8 ball games. Had 3 hits that first game back. In fact, in his first 3 at bats in Atlanta. They've really been not allowing him to extend, just kind of pounding him inside. Bettis' 19-18 career, 27 years of age, 55th big league start. The 32nd big leaguer out of Texas Tech. Former Nat Nate Carnes pitched there. Dallas Braden, a Red Raider.
Well, I'll save that one for bar trivia one night.
Yeah.
It was the 32nd big leaguer out of Texas Tech. I got it.
And you can drop one of my favorite guys all time, Stubby Clapp. Played at Texas Tech. From Canada. Feisty little guy who was in the big leagues for a number of years.
Don't even joke about.
Good little player. Bettis, homegrown. He is from Lubbock, home of Texas Tech. And there's Ryan. Great career numbers against Chad Bettis. Pardon me, Rockies. Not that many at bats against Bettis. And there they are, just everything in on his hands. 2 outs on Bettis' first strikeout of the day. When you have insight, you know how to handle your finances with confidence. So Joe Ross today, FP, 1 inning. That's all he was scheduled for. 21 pitches. Gave up 3 hits, an earned run. So the road back is underway.
Well, it's good that he's pitching, and now you see how he comes out of it. The numbers are irrelevant.
How he feels tomorrow. Brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you.
I'll wake you up for a day game. First pitch you see right at your coconut.
Danny Espinosa is on a 6-game hitting streak. And safely hitting in 9 of his last 11.
The double he hit yesterday to center field over Charlie Blackmon's head was a thing of beauty. 2 strikes, changeup, just smoothed it out there. There's the numbers on the 6-gamer. The double play he turned late yesterday was a thing of beauty too.
Added another base hit in the 11th as the Nats at least threatened to do something in that inning, down big. And the count 2-1 on the Nats' number 8 hitter. Two and one. Walters wanted it up high, and it's ball 3.
You could pitch around the 8th hitter with the runner on first and a guy on deck that doesn't have a whole lot of experience hitting, especially when the 8th hitter has 20 home runs on the year and 62 driven in. I don't think he'll see a fastball here 3-1. If he does, it's not a good idea. Well, went after him.
Yeah, that was pretty center cut. Danny a little late for it. Wilson Ramos will get a head start here. Parra backs up, plays well behind him. Shift on here. A lot of room right center. Danny Espinosa takes the walk and gets the lineup turned over. 2 on, 2 out. Lucas Giolito, 1 for 3 as a big league hitter.
Well, he could drive in his first major league run right here. With a gapper.
It's going to have to be not at somebody in the outfield.
Bob Henley's trying to get Wilson Ramos's lead a little bit bigger, so just in case he can send him home here on a base hit. See him spreading his arms, saying get more.
Yeah.
That's what that sign is from Henley when he's holding his arms out to his side. I want you to get a bigger lead. Give me a chance to send you here just in case. There you go. See him? Bigger lead. He wants a bigger lead.
Strike 3 call on a fastball up in the zone. Couple of Ks in the inning for Bettis. 1-1 game. Both leadoff guys have done damage. Coming up, Lucas Giolito, 38 pitches, 24 strikes. Inside the Numbers brought to you by Jeep. So in his career, track the innings pitched. We'll see where the 2016 numbers end up at FP. We see this with a lot of young pitchers. Innings, something you have to keep an eye on early in their career. And with that in mind, we're not seeing the fastball velocity that we saw earlier this year or that we heard about from Lucas Giolito.
Well, his average velocity in 2015 was 94.7 miles an hour. In his 3 major league starts this year, it's 94.3. But I think it's about hitting fairways right now for Lucas Giolito. He has 97, 98 in the tank. He could throw that, but until he becomes comfortable at this level throwing strikes, he's dialing down, in my opinion, to be able to get ahead in the count, throw strikes with the fastball, get some movement. But I think it's there, a lot like Max Scherzer. You know, he sits at 92, 94, and then
Sure.
late in the game he goes 95, 97, or in big situations. I think that fastball is there, but right now he needs to establish the strike zone, so he's going 92, 93.
6 of the last 7 retired. So top of the order again, Charlie Blackmon. Line to drive off the glove of Ryan Zimmerman, backhand side, first time up. He was the hero of yesterday's game. Made that outstanding play in center in the 8th inning against Trey Turner. Kept the Nats from what could have been, actually the 9th inning, what could have been a game-winning walk-off type rally. 2 balls, no strikes. Target outside edge. Right by him. That was a changeup at 84. Mercedes-Benz will track it.
Yeah, there's a lot of golfers on the tour that can hit it 300 yards, but they rather hit it 270 and hit every single fairway, and I think that's what Lucas is trying to do right now, throw strikes.
2-1 pitch. Blackmon turning on it and way out ahead. Two-two pitch right in there. 81 on the hook, and Charlie Blackmon could not pull the trigger.
Well, this might be the filthiest pitch of his major league career. Watch this. It was high, it was low, and it was a strike. Watch where this starts. Charlie Blackmon says that's going to be high. Oh, whoa. Very rarely do you buckle a left-hander with a right-handed curveball, and Lucas Giolito just did that.
Even when we're tight from the center field camera, when the ball leaves the frame and reappears and it's a strike, that's something else. So here's LeMahieu, who walked first time up on 4 pitches.
He's less fidgety. He's relaxed. He's settling in. And he's going with the Austin Powers uni today, showing off the chest hair.
Ball driven to left. It's hanging up, though. And Ben Revere stays with it. Ball laced right at him. 2 outs.
And hey, this isn't an easy play for a guy that's used to playing center. Low line drive here in left. Nicely negotiated. Second out here in the third. Nice play, Ben Revere. Yeah, baby.
Here's Carlos Gonzalez. One with a shift on. It's inside. 2-1. Padres have picked up a couple of runs. They lead at Miami 2-1. Carlos Gonzalez all locked up on that.
I'll give you an idea. Pretty good hitter. Curveball. You don't see Carlos Gonzalez swing like this too much, do you? Look at that.
Two. Fastball a little bit up.
No, if he goes deep in this game, 5th, 6th inning, you're going to start seeing some 95s, 96s, I think. I also think the speed's irrelevant if he keeps dropping that hammer in there like that.
Three-two, ball drilled up the middle. Carlos Gonzalez gets it to Arenado here in the third with his second base hit of the series.
I don't know why you wouldn't go back to the curveball after you made him look terrible on it. Went fastball, base hit. Maybe he's thinking you're going to go back to the curveball. Tried to sneak the fastball by him.
Yeah, threw a really good curveball to Arenado first time, doubled up, and Nolan hit it over Danny Espinosa into left for an RBI. Getting some more strikes with the heater now. Ramos moving inside. That ball drilled. Got a lot of the plate on 0-2, and it's out of here. Couple of fastballs on no balls, 2 strikes, and Nolan Arenado just made it 3-1 Colorado. 35th homer, 111 RBIs.
Yeah, good hitters are only thinking about fastball with 2 strikes. You can't think about a curveball and get to the fastball. So Arenado right there in a 2-strike count all over the fastball. Little location mistake, probably higher than he wanted it and closer to the inner half than he wanted it.
And now a drive by David Dowell is going to leave deep into the left field bullpen. And after 2 outs, the Rockies, remember, they're the Rockies, and they put 3 on the board in no time at all. That's Dowell's 5th of the year.
Just an easy swing, and this ball got out of here in a hurry. Watch how smooth Dahl swings on the fastball up and away and drives it into his own bullpen to make it 4-1.
There's Gerardo Parra.
Maybe Dahl heard me say that the Rockies have the best first 4 hitters in the league and took offense.
Number 5 man just made it known that he's here as well. On the edge, 3-1. Walked him. The inning that won't end for Lucas Giolito and Mike Maddox to the mound.
You know, talking about that curveball maybe to Cargo after he made him look silly on it. As a young kid in your first go around the big leagues, you're not shaking any veterans off. You're just yes, 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 everything out there to whatever Wilson Ramos puts down. So you know, Wilson obviously felt like the fastball was a better option. But I think that base hit to Carlos Gonzalez, the key to this inning.
I was intrigued by the 0-2 approach to Arenado. He gave up a single on the curveball first time and didn't throw him any more curveballs in that at bat. And suddenly the fastball bang and it's out of here.
Well, I think that was just a location mistake. I don't necessarily think that was the wrong pitch. He wanted that away and it came back to the inner half.
But he's kind of got very few curveballs here lately. Descalso lined out to center first time. And that one hit hard. Turner back and backpedaling to the edge of the track when he grabs it. Rockies get 3. They strand a runner, and now a 4-1 game. Hitter batting right-handed, homer. Second inning, single up the middle, again off Kershaw. Later batting left-handed, 6th inning double RBI left center, and then off Joe Beimel, the hardest to get, as they say, over Matt Kemp. A triple out to center, and Christian Guzman, 7th player representing the Nats, the Senators, expansion Senators. All those teams that have played here in D.C. hitting for the cycle, but they all came on the road. Only guy to do it here at home. Nats beat Kershaw and the Dodgers 11-2 that day. And he had Ryan Zimmerman hitting behind him, and Ryan had 3 hits.
Who was the third base coach? He didn't even get excited that that was a cycle. He just stood there like it was just his 12th triple of the year or something.
That was Tim Tolman.
Well, he's got to get more into it.
VW, our Volkswagen moment in history.
8 years ago.
So it's Trey Turner again, 10th batter of the game for the Nats, and Chad Bettis has thrown 9 first pitch strikes. Inside the Numbers brought to you by PNC. Brad Wilkerson had a cycle in 05 for the Nats. So guys with high slugging percentage in August, and FP is right there.
Well, I was in front of Trey before that first at bat. They should have shown it then.
They had to reshuffle. Look at this. And look at that catch by LeMahieu. Turner right off the end of the bat, broke his bat. Looked like it might get into right center. DJ denies a hit.
Yeah, that was the only month the Expos played all of their games at Coors Field, and I used a cork bat. Trey Turner looking for another way to create a single. I'll tell you what, DJ LeMahieu is a good player. I know that's Captain Obvious statement, but he doesn't get enough run for me on a national basis. For the defense he plays, the offense he provides, he is a solid Major League Baseball player.
He was. There was a lot of air under those spikes on that leap. Gorgeous look at it on the Exmo. So here's Ben Revere, bouncing ball right side first time.
That might have been a strike if Walters hangs on. That was coming back. Nissan will show you on the pitch track, little front hip two-seamer, trying to come back. But if you drop it, you're not going to get the call.
Two one. And Revere, a two-hopper to the second baseman. Two down. Up to Daniel Murphy to get something going with two outs. Slugging, look at the difference from previous career highs in these different categories. Even triples, way beyond in homers, extra base hits, and RBIs. 98 RBIs for Daniel. Previous career high, 78.
Daniel Murphy wants to know if that's the bottom of the strike zone. Pretty good frame by Walters to get strike one.
1-1 with two outs. With the catcher holding his mid-high, that one delivered for a strike. Phillies with a run. They're tied with the Mets, fourth inning, 1-1. Counts even, 2-2. Murphy, hard hit, and under the glove of DJ LeMahieu. Busy inning, but he couldn't get the third out with the mitt. And we'll see how they score it. Ball hit sharply.
Gold glove second baseman too. That might have something to do with it. So maybe I should start pumping up all the Rockies players. Ball was hit hard by Murph. We'll see how they score it. Kind of sat on that though, let the ball play him. You'd love to give Murph a hit on that. I know he wants one. But I think he either played that into a hit or played it into an error. Depends how you look at it. Yeah, they're going to call that.
That'll be LeMahieu's sixth error of the year.
Yeah, they called it an error.
Yeah, it gets Bryce to the plate here. Nationals down by 3.
Well, here's yesterday when Bryce Harper thought strike three was a ball, threw his helmet down. Mike Winters tossed him out of the game. And the reaction didn't even give his manager a chance to keep him in the game, and Dusty Baker couldn't even get off the bench to come out and save his star player.
And that one right to the first baseman, Parra. Nats get a base runner. They've left 3 in the first 3 innings. Middle innings coming up. It's all Rockies at the moment, 4-1. Troop recognition. Brought to you by DynCorp International, proudly serving our nation for 70 years. Everybody tipping their caps to our servicemen and women. Lucas Giolito trying to get back into this thing. 65 pitches in 3 innings, 41 strikes. 4 runs on 5 hits, pair of walks, pair of strikeouts. 8, 9, and 1. Tony Walters leads off. Looking to bunt, and it's right to the pitcher. Next up is Chad Bettis.
Well, at 66 pitches, Lucas will take that quick out. Thank you very much.
Got some breeze kicking up in the ballpark today. It's coming over the scoreboard in right center and blowing straight in. Then the flag you're looking at out in left field, kind of blowing over toward the left field corner. We get different action with the different flags here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two, and it just missed. Not a bad hack by Chad Bettis. His pitch count through 3 is 53 pitches, 33 strikes. A run on 2 hits, the Turner homer, the only damage.
Chad Bettis is ruining the one pitch out by Tony Walters on the bunt attempt. He's battling up there. Making him fire some bullets. Pitch number 74 coming right here.
And he's going to swing one more time and make contact. Giolito, high throw, and it's always great to have a first baseman who's 6'3" with some hops. 2 outs.
Man got off the mound nice and then took his time. Nice play by Ryan Zimmerman on the backside to shuffle his feet. Good footwork. Battle won.
Top of the order, Charlie Blackmon. He's going to take some extra practice swings, take his time getting in there, try to give his pitcher a breather. He was the leadoff man last inning. Lucas with a great curveball struck him out. LeMahieu hit that hard line drive to Revere, and then the inning got really tough for the next 4 batters. Oh, 1-0 pitch. Blackmon in the air to right. Bryce Harper, glove for shade. 1-2-3 inning, just what Lucas and the Nats needed. The 4th inning of Nationals baseball is brought to you by the RAV4 Hybrid, all-wheel drive and unexpected performance. By the way, great air conditioning too. Visit buyatoyota.com today. President's race. Tom out ahead of George, and evidently George just pulls him down from behind. What's up with that? Here comes Abe. Number 16 cruising. There's the tally. 16 for 16.
Every once in a while they just snap in the middle of a race. You don't know what they're going to do.
All dressed up on a Sunday and nowhere to go except down on the warning track. Anthony Rendon, fly ball to left on 1 pitch first time. On an 0-1 pitch, pumping that time. Bottom of the 4th underway. Jammed in a pop-up right field. Carlos Gonzalez. So quite an offense. A Turner game leadoff homer, and then a Wilson Ramos infield hit. That's been it against Chad Bettis.
I think that's the fastest I've ever seen Wilson run. I mean, he got out of the box.
Smelling a hit.
Pretty good average on a 1-0 count. 5'11".
Hack. One hopper into the pitcher's glove. Bettis finding the ball or vice versa. 2 down.
Haircuttery Sunday Smiles are brought to you by, guess what? Haircuttery, home of the Smile Back Guarantee. No small print, just big smiles. Cotton candy will make you smile. Being at the ballpark should always make you smile. Where else would you rather be on a Sunday afternoon?
Zimmerman struck out swinging first time.
Ryan's first few games back, he was keeping his head still. He might be drifting a little bit again. And that's been something he's fought all year, and never really seen him do it on a consistent basis like I have this year. But I still think he's going to have a big September, and if you have a big October, nobody remembers anything about your regular season. Do you think Mets fans were saying, hey, Daniel Murphy hit 270 for us last year? They have no idea what Daniel Murphy's numbers were. That's all they know is he carried them through the postseason.
That he did.
To a World Series.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's a 360 postseason hitter in his career, Ryan Zimmerman. That's not Ryan. That's that Murphy guy.
Down and in, caught cleanly by Wolters for the strikeout. Nats go 1-2-3. 2 hits on the afternoon. And we go to the 5th. It's 4-1 Colorado. Your coverage of baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. Dustin Pedroia hit into a double play last night, ending his streak of 11 straight at bats with a hit. He was approaching the all-time big league record shared by several players with 12. Garrett Cole of the Pirates, not good news for them, scheduled to start tomorrow. And they're starting to play well. They've won 3 in a row, and they're a game and a half back of St. Louis in the wild card race. It started with Brad Osmus and Wally Joyner, then a couple of players. Not a fun loss to the Tigers, or rather to the Angels for the Tigers last night.
Hey, it's that time of year. Fuses are short.
And the Tigers in the thick of that American League wild card race, no doubt about that. 5th inning for Lucas Giolito. DJ LeMahieu, the leadoff guy. When he gets his first out in this inning, it'll be the longest outing of his big league career.
It's really the only place you can get ejected now is at home plate, arguing balls and strikes. Nobody's arguing calls anywhere else. They just put the headphone signs up. So the one time you do get a little fire in a ball game is when a guy gets thrown out, or a manager gets thrown out, or a hitting coach gets thrown out for arguing balls and strikes.
And I honestly hope we'd never lose that. This game needs a little bit of that.
It does.
I'm not talking about, you know, just going crazy, but.
Well, I don't think the timing yesterday was good for Bryce, because Dusty was down to his last player, and there could have been a scenario where Walt Weiss walked Daniel Murphy with the bases loaded yesterday to get to Max Scherzer, because that's all that was left. No offense against Max, but that Bryce Harper spot could have came back up in a big situation in the bottom of the 11th with any sort of rally.
Position players had all been used once Chris Heisey replaced Bryce.
I also think there's a way to really get your point across and stay in a ball game as a player. Jason Worth, for instance, has been ejected one time his whole career, and there's a lot of times when he's not happy with strikes and balls. Maybe it's something you learn as you get older as a player, but there's certain times when it's just not a good idea. It's an emotional game. You're not thinking about who's left on the bench at the moment, but there's still a way to get your point across and stay in a ball game, I think. Could be wrong.
No, totally agree. 3-2, nobody out. This one out to short for Danny Espinosa. Charged it a bit, set himself. 1 out. So Lucas Giolito now 4 1/3. Gonzalez and Arenado the next 2. They're 3 for 4 against him.
College Rivalry Day at the ballpark. Terps Hoyas, Tuesday, September 13th. With the purchase of a special ticket, you can enjoy pregame activities and get a reusable Nats acrylic cup in Maryland or Georgetown colors before the Nats take on the rival New York Mets. 7:05. Visit nationals.com/college rivalry day for tickets.
Yeah, keeping it local, Maryland, Georgetown. Maybe their fiercest rivalry from ACC days, we'd have to fly in a couple thousand Duke fans and their mascot to have a real brawl. That'll be fun. We already had UVA and Tech, so a new twist on it with Maryland and Georgetown locally here. 1-1, Mercedes tracks it.
Pretty good changeup by Lucas Giolito. Had Cargo all out in front. There's some college rivalries where you couldn't have a promotion, or else you'd have to like triple your security. Like, for instance, you couldn't have Alabama-Auburn rivalry day here, or Ohio State-Michigan.
That ball driven deep to left center. Turner going back. He'll stop short of the track. He gets to his spot in a hurry and is waiting for the baseball. 2 outs.
So go back to the 3rd inning and see how the Rockies put a 3 spot up. After a Carlos Gonzalez single up the middle, Nolan Arenado hit his 35th of the year. definitely in the MVP conversation, in my opinion. Then David Dahl goes big the other way. So Charlie Blackmon scored in the first, 3 in the third, 4-1 Rockies.
Yeah, you're going to have some conversations, debates, arguments as we get to the end of the season. A guy like Murphy, best hitter on one of the best teams in the league, or is it a guy whose numbers are out far in front of everybody's, who's not on a good ball club? Andre Dawson won a MVP award for a last place team with the Cubs one year.
I wouldn't say he's not on a good ball club. They're just a couple games below 500, but they're not in any sort of race, to your point. It's not like they're 30 games under and he's put up these numbers, but the whole Coors Field thing, I think, comes into the debate.
Absolutely it will.
Is he one of the best players in baseball? Absolutely, without a doubt. Should he get penalized for playing 81 games in Coors Field? Well, that's up for debate, right?
Yeah, that's who signed him and who brought him to the big leagues and who he makes his living playing for. And he's done quite well. One and two with 2 outs.
I think Chris Bryant's the leader in the clubhouse right now. 35 home runs, 89 RBI.
This one hooking. Arenado just locked in. Way out ahead. So his 2 for 2 today has him 4 for 10 in the series. Had not driven in a run in Nationals Park this weekend until his big time damage today.
But like I said, those awards are won in the month of September, when the games mean the most, I think. But are the Cubs going to play any meaningful games in September? This guy just doesn't give away in that bat. He'll fight you. Staying away primarily after the pull side homer.
2-2 pitch.
Well, he is into it. He is all kinds of energy in that batter's box. You see that half swing he just took to stay alive? Borderline pitch. I'll just follow it down the right field line. He's in swing mode now. I think you can expand with a curveball, maybe. A little cut to that fastball. Look at the half swing by Arenado to stay alive. Pitch number 98 coming.
A playable one. Bryce Harper has to turn his back to the infield and get back there. Now the wind maybe moved around a bit on him, and Arenado is going to end up on third base. After Bryce threw it into the infield, he put his glove up in front of his eyes again for shade, and he was battling a couple of elements there. We'll see how they score it, because if it's a 3-bagger.
Well, I think because of those abbreviated swings, Bryce took a few steps in to try to take away the base hit. Then he had to go back on the Arenado fly ball. Kind of got turned around. You see the sun in his eyes. And I don't think he saw it at the very end.
They put an error up on the board.
That's a triple. Look, he's looking up at the scoreboard right now, too. He just put both his hands out to his sides like, are you kidding me? Yeah, tough to catch what you can't see.
Runner at third, 2 outs, and Wilson Ramos picking one on the backhand side with David Dahl coming in. For now, Bryce's third error of the year, but there will be some debate in the press box about that. This one to left, and Ben Revere is under it. No damage on the scoreboard for Lucas Giolito, 5th inning, so he puts a couple of zeros up there. Longest big league outing so far, 4-1 Rockies.
Time for a Cox game summary brought to you by Cox's new Contour. Get right to the good stuff. 4-1 Rockies. The 3-run third, the difference in this one. Trey Turner with a leadoff tater. Nolan Arenado with his 35th. Lucas Giolito hanging in there at 100 pitches.
Danny Espinosa, bottom of the 5th. Giolito on deck. And then Trey Turner.
Yeah, I watched that Bryce Harper fly ball a couple times in the break. We'll show it to you again. We get a chance. There's no way that was an error. Not that it really matters to anybody except Bryce. Something to talk about in a 4-1 game, I guess.
Well, he's a good outfielder, and when you see a guy stumbling around out there like that, there are a lot of things working against him. Like you say, got to see it to catch it.
Well, as an outfielder, you read swings, and when you see Nolan Arenado cutting off his swing, trying to punch the ball to right, as an outfielder, you say, well, I'm going to come up there and rob him of that. If he's going to try to just punch one in front of me, and that's why Bryce was shallow, and that's why Bryce had to go back on that ball. I mean, he was doing the smart thing. He was paying attention.
1-2. Espinosa will drop one, and Danny has a 7-game hitting streak. Gave up the bat on that one. He's hit safely 10 of his last 12.
Bat died a hero. Nicely done. Let's show you the fly ball again. And I think the last Exmo we're going to show you kind of tells the whole story. This one. How many times have you seen Bryce Harper, when he sees a ball, do this?
Never.
Never. Glove didn't touch the glove. Fell cleanly. It's a triple. They'll change it.
Bunt foul tipped by Giolito. Strike one. This is a big at bat. He can get the Nats at least a chance to get back to within 2 if he can move this runner. Turner and Revere the next 2. Still plenty of time left in this game. Then he's going to swing away and miss. Didn't get a fastball. That was 75. Curving and diving. Bettis 1 inning fewer than Giolito, but a big difference in the pitch counts.
Oh, close. Get another chance. Yeah, I think it's a big part too, Carp. It's a good point. 4-1 game. Danny Espinosa can run, just get it down. He'll be on second.
And Giolito will lay it down. Well done. 2-4 on the sacrifice.
But Walters can run. Did you see him pop out of there? He was looking to go to second and get the lead runner, but Espinosa's too fast. He got a good read. He was taken off. So nice job by Lucas Giolito with 2 strikes. Getting a runner in scoring position. Watch Walters. He's out there quick, right? He looked a second, said, no, guy's too fast. So could turn out to be something big. We'll see. Nice job with 2 strikes.
That bat vibrate after he got him down on the bunt. Trey, home run, line drive, a nearly line drive up enough to get over LeMahieu, but he stabbed it with his glove last time up. So Trey in this series 5 for 13, and during his 6-game hitting streak 15 for 26.
Nationals record 27 runs this month.
Yeah, Marquise Grissom was all over the place for that Expo team that had the best record in the National League when the work stoppage took place in that '94 season. So he's hit 1 today. The pursuit of perfection is Lexus, and they want the home runs to keep on coming for a wonderful cause. $250 to the Children's National Health System every time an ad homers from our Washington, D.C. Lexus dealers. .30 pitch.
And if I'm Nolan Arenado, Carp, just to tie a bow on that thing, I want the triple, and I'm a double away from the cycle.
Yeah, if you call it a hit, everybody's happy.
That's the guy that should be looking up at the booth. So the party got started early today for the Nationals. You're thinking, uh-oh, it's going to be a short one for Chad Bettis, just based on 1 hitter, small sample size. But Trey Turner, we always talk about the sneaky pop. 5th home run of the year, 27th run in the month, the Nats record.
One of the faster home run trots, by the way. 3-2, 1 out. Turner to right field. Base hit. Gonzalez can only hold back and plate on a hop. And now the tying runs in the batter's box. Espinosa to third. He had to hold up.
See, that's what you're talking about when you say not getting enamored with the home run. He hits a tater his first time up. What does he do his 3rd time up? He takes a line drive to right. So many times as a leadoff hitter, you get addicted to the home run. Not Trey Turner. He stays with a nice stroke right here for his 2nd hit of the day. Came in at 341, average climbing for Trey Turner.
All right, here's Ben Revere. As a rule, the kind of guy you want up in a situation like this, makes contact, has speed. Let's see what he can do with this first and third, 1 out. Grounded to first, grounded to second. 0 for 2 today. 1 for 10 career against Bettis. Strike call.
Trey Turner at 347 now with that hit.
$16 for 27 during a hitting streak.
The danger of going right here for Turner is the line drive.
And Revere ground ball to second. He's going to have to really hurry. And they get him. 4-6-3. That's it for the rally. Rockies 4th in the league in double plays, and they got a huge one right there.
He's holding on 4-1. You can hold on at our Budweiser music party. I heard these things get crazy. It's Monday, September 5th, Nats Park, 1:30 to 3:30, featuring music from Joe Backman and the Tailgaters. A mechanical bull. There's going to be a roping contest. Tickets start at $20, include tickets to the Nats Braves game, concert admission, and 1 Budweiser Bud Light or soda. Visit nationals.com/budmusic for tickets and details.
Oliver Perez in for the Nats. 1 hitter yesterday, 6th inning. He hit Daniel Descalso, then was removed as Dusty was going situational all over the place in a tight ball game. Appearance number 55.
And fastball slider. Lucas Giolito talking to Max Scherzer about his outing today.
$100 pitches, 64 strikes in 5 innings. Right now, 5 hits could turn into 6 if they change a scoring call. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. First time he goes 5 as a big leaguer. Here's Gerardo Parra against Oliver Perez. Strike call, inside edge. Parra 5 for 10 career against Ali, the Nats' 35-year-old left-hander.
That bullpen on fumes today. Probably see Coda Glover next, and everybody else is running on empty.
Yeah, Glover and Kelly, the only 2 that didn't pitch yesterday. 7 pitchers to get through that game. They're trying to chase the shade out there late in the afternoon as time moves along. Curveball up the middle, base hit. Parra on for the second time today and his first hit of the series.
He stays on the slider right here. He's been having trouble with the fastball, so he gets the slider, goes right back up the middle, stayed in there nice.
Update on the Marlins game. San Diego running the 6th. They lead at Miami 3-1. Phillies Mets are tied at 1 after 6. This game started about a half hour before we did. This ball laced toward the gap in right center. Uncatchable. The perfect tweener for Descalso, and runners will be at second and third with nobody out. His first hit of the series.
A drop down fastball, Descalso all over it. Rockies in business here in the 6th. Second, third, nobody out. A couple of lefties with hits off Ali Perez.
Infield has to come in here. Nobody out. Tony Walters, the catcher.
His struggles are continuing here today. He has had a rough go of it lately.
Front door curveball for a strike to the left-handed hitting catcher, who has struck out and bounced back to the pitcher on a bunt. Walters, 3 homers, 28 RBIs.
And Dusty Baker bringing his infield in. He's got to stop the bleeding here, even with nobody out. You never love to bring your infield in with no outs, but in this case, down by 3 in the 6th, you have to.
Oh, too low. Well, Cota Glover has to get up in a hurry now.
You know, it would seem, just never having pitched before, that when you have a bunch of different deliveries and release points, it's almost like being a switch hitter from an offensive standpoint, that you have, you know, a couple different stances to worry about. Switch hitter, you got to practice left, you got to practice right. And with Oliver Perez and all the different deliveries, you feel like there's a lot to maintain there, right? To get to that release point on a consistent basis. When you do the tee-out one time, you hold it one time, your 3/4, your sidearm. There's a lot going on there that's probably not real easy to repeat.
Count's gone to 2-2 now. Fastball almost hit the batter.
And also not knowing anything about pitching, I think sometimes you have to really simplify things.
Like a hitter does.
Like a hitter does.
Yeah.
The pitching version of spreading out and choking up and putting the ball in play.
3-2, nobody out. And just guiding the ball back to the screen, Tony Walters. Breaking ball, pitcher knocks it down. Perez, good play to Zimmerman for the first out.
We talked about this yesterday, the easiest remaining schedule. I think the schedule's only easy when you've taken care of business, but when you look at the winning percentage by opponents, 463. And look at that bottom note, no remaining opponents currently in a playoff position, meaning nobody set to go to the playoffs the Nats are going to face. There's some teams battling for a wild card, but as of today, nobody in it.
Yeah, and who knows which way that's going to work. Do you go into October with a whole bunch of confidence because you're beating people? Or do you get to October and suddenly, oh my, the competition's really gone up? It's a hard thing to get a handle on.
Well, I look at that like the only easy play is the one that's already been made.
Yeah.
The only easy schedule, it's only easy if you take care of it. You take care of business.
Interesting look at things, though, at those ball clubs and what they face the rest of the way, 2-0. Bettis 0 for 2, couple of ground balls. One to Zimmerman, one back to Lucas Giolito. But he has a 2-0 count here. He'll square to bunt. Runners going to come down the line at third and have to retreat. Ryan Zimmerman played it perfectly. Because you know what happens if he turns and makes a throw.
Yeah, if he turns and makes a throw, then you got a chance to score on the throw. So smart play by Ryan. And Ali Perez trying to wiggle out of this thing.
2 down now. Lefty with Charlie Blackmon, who's 1 for 4 career against him with a base on balls. You don't want the inning to go any farther than this. If it does, Glover would most probably be facing LeMahieu. Charlie Blackmon 1 for 3 with a base hit today.
Good
big time
slider.
breaking ball there. Nissan will track it.
Was in the strike zone for a long time, and then the last little break fooled Blackmon. See if they go 2-1 slider. Heater.
Yeah, one of his better ones lately, 91 on the edge.
Well, I think Charlie Blackmon was thinking like I was. I'm not getting a fastball here 2-1. No way. He sat on the slider and took the heater.
Two pitch. Ground ball stays fair. Zimmerman has it. Oliver Perez, single, double, grounder. And here comes Daniel Murphy to hit bottom 6 in front of Harper and Rendon. 3-run game. Now the Nats have 3 big boppers coming up. Our Nats Plus members and season plan holders, the countdown, it's down to 3 days. Postseason and renewal process. Take care of business. Purchase your postseason strips by August 31st, and if you renew for next year by the 31st, you'll receive an extra chance to buy more postseason tickets. Log into your Nationals Access account, contact your account rep, or email ticketinfo@nationals.com. Do it ASAP. Bottom of the 6th, Daniel Murphy, 0 for 2, ground ball, reached on an error. The grounder to short, the grounder under the glove of DJ LeMahieu, right side. Ball 2. Well, LeMahieu today walked his first time. He's 0 for 2. So they're virtually even. Started the day 1 point apart.
The batting race comes down to how many home games the Rockies have left on their schedule. Remember,
Probably.
DJ LeMahieu hitting 400 at Coors Field and right around 280 on the road.
Murphy, broken bat. It goes right to Parra, who fights it a bit and then gets it to Bettis for the out. Harper and Rendon now here in the 6th. Phillies just dropped a 3 spot on the Mets in the 7th and lead 4-1. Marlins batting, getting late down there, bottom of the 8th. They're 3-1 behind San Diego. On the first pitch, this will get out of play.
So the Rockies have 18 of their remaining 32 games at home. In case you care.
Mm-hmm. And after today, the Nats will have 17 left. Although Murphy is an equal opportunity hitter, doesn't bother him where the Nats are playing.
Well, we've seen DJ LeMahieu turn it on here. I don't think it matters really where he's playing too, but the numbers will tell you different. He's gotten his knocks here.
Harper sharply hit, but LeMahieu right there. Nats next 5. It's Tanner Roark at Philadelphia tomorrow. He will be opposed by a rookie right-hander Jake Thompson. Max and Jared Eichhoff on Tuesday. Gio and left-hander Adam Morgan on Wednesday. Thursday's an off day, then 3 in New York. Bettis, not a bad pitch count for 2 outs, 6th inning. And if this is caught, he'll be through 6. LeMahieu battling that sun. He grabs it. And the Nats go 1-2-3. 2 hits since the 2nd inning for the Washington offense.
Still 4-1 Rockies as we cruise in the top of the 7th inning. Is your favorite time of the day. It's time for Toyota Case for Kids. The Washington area Toyota dealers want to help children and their families by making a $37 donation to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher this season.
$44,000 on strikeouts, huh? Wow. Coda Glover on a double switch as Chris Heisey takes over in left field.
A two-seam fastball mid to upper 90s. We've seen the slider cutter thing a lot from Coda as his best secondary pitch. He has a curveball, he has a change.
So Heisey will be batting 9th. He would be 4th up in the 7th inning. Jay LeMahieu, that's pitching pretty well in this series. 3 for 7, hit by a pitch, a walk. That's in just 2 ball games. Still coming back from that wrist inflammation. Did not play on Friday. And Coda Glover making one of the great hitters in the league look bad extending, trying to reach that thing way out there. 1 out. Rockies box score. In the first, they scored a run. Blackman leadoff hit. 1 out later after a walk. Arenado with an RBI single, his 109th ribby. He adds 2 more in the 3rd with a homer after a Gonzalez single. And then David Dahl went deep opposite field, his 5th of the year. Rockies have only had 2 hits since then. So the pitchers have dominated the middle of this game.
You know who's like those sliders just as much as Coda Glover? Daniel Murphy.
Watching your #1 opponent for the batting title go 0 for 3.
I don't even think they know or care. At least not yet. Too much baseball to be played.
Yeah. They have a pretty good idea what's going on, but they probably couldn't quote you any numbers.
No, it just gives us knuckleheads something to talk about, that's all.
Oh, to Gonzalez, and the step out, a step off. Bouncer. Zimmerman sprints for the bag. Glover gets over there too. Everybody moving around as Murphy takes the ground ball. 2 quick outs.
Well, here's a good test for Coda Glover, a guy with on my scorecard that has a single, a homer, and a triple.
Yeah, so if he gets a double, are they going to change it to a triple after the game and give him a cycle?
I don't know.
You know, that's kind of, that makes it kind of a bizarre deal.
I think they changed it already.
Stats Pass, which our truck is hooked up to, has it being changed. Scoreboard here still reflecting the error, or so-called error. Oh, ball 0-2 now as Coda Glover going right after the Rockies here. Well, there's that half swing, and he was able to hold up. Great back control by a guy who swings hard, hits for power.
But a nasty slider, too. Wilson Ramos had a step back to the Nats dugout from the side. Close.
Base hit. Either way you cut it, 3 for 4, 4 for 4. Quite a day for Nolan Arenado. He's going to get his batting average up in the 290 range. No chance for the Triple Crown because of the batting average, but he's got all the other numbers you would want from a number 4 hitter. So here's David Dahl, 1 for 3 with an opposite field home run. Glover throwing strikes. Murphy takes care of that. Coda Glover, a very quick and efficient 7th inning despite the base hit. It remains 4-1 at the stretch. Any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Nolan Arenado is now 4 for 4. Official change has been made. So here's the Nats box. The only run, first batter of the game, Trey Turner goes out of here. Since then, the Nats have 3 hits. A Wilson Ramos infield hit 2nd inning, and then 2 hits in the 5th. Leadoff single by Danny Espinosa to left, and Trey Turner to right. So he's 2 for 3.
They're into it. She's got the best seat in the house. Nats fans are locked and loaded to cheer for something. They thought after Trey Turner's at bat, it was going to be one of those days. They're ready. They want to cheer right here, right now.
Ramos, Zimmerman, Espinosa, bottom of the 7th. Chris Heisey, if anybody gets on after the double switch. Ramos, a bouncer down the third base line and a comebacker. He's 1 for 2. He launches one to left center. Red seats. See you later. And a row beyond the red seats. It's a 4-2 ball game on his 20th of the year.
You know, he hits him and I watch him now. I don't even watch the flight of the ball. He stood at home plate for about 3 seconds. The Buffalo didn't move. He knew he peered one. All right, they're waiting to cheer. They got something to cheer about. 2 horns up for the Buffalo. Home run number 20 on the season. That's a big one.
Yeah, continues to go way beyond his previous career high of 16. 450 feet. I mean, the red seats are a good poke, and he flew it into the first row of the tables beyond. Zimmerman, who hit the first ever home run in this ballpark out there, ripping.
One of the best home run shots in baseball, too. He just got one right down Broadway and absolutely knew it. Watch. I like the little skip, too, at the end after he admires his work for a couple of seconds. And I think if you hit one 450 into somebody's soup out there, you have to admire it. Good take by Ryan Zimmerman right there.
Yeah, he was trying to get time.
Did he?
Stepped out, and I didn't see. He's holding up 1-1, Mike Malinsky, so that was a ball outside. Just because you ask for time doesn't mean you're going to get it.
So I was talking to Bob Henley about this yesterday. Where that home run was hit was 450, right? How in the world is Bryce Harper's red chair up there in the third deck 450? Because if you go sit out in the red porch at that table and you look back to home plate, you say, oh yeah, that's 450. But if you sit in the third deck in Bryce Harper's seat and look back to home plate, you say, how in the world can someone hit it here? So there's no way it's 450. If you sit in those 2 seats out by the table right there, okay, it looks like 450. That's a bomb. But if you go in the third deck in that red seat where Bryce Harper hit it against the Dodgers, it looks like it's 600 feet.
Swing and a miss. Zimmerman breaking ball away. Only thing I can think of is there's a tape measure stretched out, and that's how far it is to the seat, and it takes into account nothing as far as the height of the place where it made contact.
Well, I think Wilson's landed where it's going to land, right? But I don't think Bryce's against Bud Norris really ever got to land where it was going to land if you go with the trajectory of the ball and it hitting the third deck. But if you go up to that third deck, Carp, and you sit up there and you look back to home plate, and I've been up there a bunch of times, it looks like there's no way in heck a bazooka could shoot a ball up here.
Oh, 2 with 1 out to Danny Espinoza, and he'll take a fastball up and away. One-two pitch.
That was nice of home plate umpire Mike Machlinsky to give Danny Espinoza a few seconds after fouling a ball off his leg. He'll come out and straighten up the plate, dust off the dirt just to give you an extra second.
Low. 2-2. Rockies have their bullpen working here, bottom of the 7th, 4-2 ball game. Nats have 5 hits now. Espinoza trying to get his second of the day. Been on base twice. Seems like Jordan Lyles is their go-to guy when they first go to the pen. As Chad Bettis reaches 100 here in the 7th. He threw 111 in 5 innings. At Milwaukee last time out, FP mentioned his control problems. 7 walks contributing to that high pitch count. 2-2. Espinoza will strike out swinging. 2 outs, and Chris Heisey is next. Potomac Nationals are getting ready for the last homestand. They'll extend the Labor Day weekend, the 2nd through the 5th. They'll have some bobbleheads with presidential candidates featured, fireworks. Of course, a fan appreciation day and Labor Day baseball. Join the party at the 5th, 703-590-2311, or visit PotomacNationals.com. Chris Heisey first at bat against Chad Bettis. Just 1 AB in the series so far. That was yesterday. Bryce got ejected. Heisey got switched on a double switch down to the number 7 spot and struck out, leading off the bottom of the 11th. 1-1.
That's the cutter that Bettis has been featuring all day long. It's late and it's sharp. It's been his bread and butter pitch.
And then unable to reach that one. He's going to hustle to first and make him throw. So after the Ramos homer, 3 strikeouts in a row, but Wilson extending his career high. He's getting close to 70 RBIs too. 20 and 69, the power numbers. To Philadelphia and to the bank since late May. So Monday at 7, 3-game set gets underway. Tanner Roark looking for number 14. His ERA is under 3 on the year. And the Nats will face a rookie, Jake Thompson, who's 1-3 with a very high ERA of almost 10. 6:30 Nats Extra, Masson 2 tomorrow night. Coda Glover, 12 pitches, 10 strikes, 7th inning, and he throws it by Gerardo Parra here in the 8th.
Coda Glover's starting to settle in as a major leaguer. Yeah. It seems like the game's starting to slow down for him a little bit.
A long run for Heisey, but well out of play.
And that's the logical progression. You come up here, things are going real fast. It's the first couple, 2-3 times out, and then the more you do it, the more it becomes just baseball. I should say the more you do it successfully, the more it becomes just baseball.
Yeah. Look at that slider. Left-handed batter unable to get down and get it. Second strikeout in 5 batters. Mercedes-Benz will track it.
Nasty slider at 88. Thanks for coming. 3-pitch, see ya. See the dot on it? Looks like a fastball when he starts to swing, and then the late break. Aggressive in the zone. 13 strikes, 2 balls, and 15 pitches.
Daniel Descalso. Padres beat the Marlins 3-1. They took 2 out of 3 down there. If the Nats can stage a comeback, they could lead by 9. That ball is drilled out to center. Turner can only play the hop off the center field wall. And Descalso, after a hitless series, back-to-back doubles. He lined out to center his first 2 times up today.
They've been locked in today. All 4 at-bats right on the barrel. Robbed a couple of hits first 2 times up, like you said, to center, and this time he goes shop it in the gap in right center. Fastball up from Coda Glover. Descalso does a nice job of getting on top of that and driving it.
Glover against Tony Walters, the catcher. That ball drilled. Danny Espinosa right there. Murphy playing way over on the other side. No chance to get behind the runner. 2 outs. Ryan Rayburn will hit for Chad Bettis, who will finish this afternoon with 2 runs in 7 innings. Oh my. That ball got Mike Malinsky. And here comes the runner all the way around to score from second base. Wilson Ramos stood next to the umpires. The ball went flying away. And on a wild pitch, Daniel Descalso evidently is scoring from second base. Looked like Ramos couldn't get the ball. It got the umpire straight on.
There had to be a cross up there, right? I mean, I don't think Wilson touched this. And it got him right in the collarbone, right?
Oh.
The sound was disgusting. Oh. And then Descalso, to his credit, heads up. Umpire's part of the field. That's a live ball. And I think Wilson Ramos had no idea where the ball was. Maybe more worried about the umpire than the run. I mean, you don't see that too often. I don't know if Wilson lost that ball or there was a cross-up. One of those 2 things happened.
.96-mile-an-hour fastball. His buddies have all checked in with him. Mike Malinsky in the big league since 2006. Evidently okay. The Rockies score a huge run and make it 5-2 on a two-base wild pitch.
Like Wilson apologizing for missing that pitch. But he didn't know where the ball was, and that's where you have to rely on your pitcher to communicate with you as a catcher. Back, back, back. And then you point at it while you're running as a pitcher to let your catcher know.
That one came running back for a strike, so it's 1-1 to Rayburn. Strike three call. That's it for the Rockies in the 8th, but in bizarre fashion and alert fashion, they pick up a very important run to go up by 3.
Light. If you were late tuning in, this is what Trey Turner did his first time up, his 5th trader of the season. Trey Turner, Tater is a trader. And then Wilson Ramos, number 20, he is still standing at home plate right now. But it was a far one, 451 feet. All right, rally time, and here's the party starter, Trey Turner.
He'll be facing 25-year-old right-hander Jordan Lyles. Pitches a lot against the Nats, it seems. 29th appearance, he's made 5 starts. 54 hits in 49 innings. And some other numbers not that great. 27 Ks, 22 walks.
Yeah, got to make him throw strikes. Fastball, slider. Curveball change to complement the heater at 93.
So it's Turner, Robinson, and Murphy here. Clint will be hitting for Coda Glover. Turner gashes another one. This ball moving away from Blackman, but Charlie Blackman able to run it down. 4 line drives today.
Another good swing. But you see outfielders starting to respect Trey Turner a little bit more, so maybe it's going to be tougher to hit those triples that came early. You think, oh, speed guy, I'm going to cheat in. But now they're seeing the pop that Trey Turner has, and they're respecting him. Charlie Blackman was playing him deep.
Good call. Cutting off more in those gaps. So Walt Weiss wanted the right-hander for Trey Turner. Another sign of respect. A one-batter deal.
You can tell him, nice job today. Way to go. 1 pitch.
So lefties on the way. How about Robinson, Murphy, and Harper? Single today, extended his hitting streak to 6 games, so he's 16 for 28, and 14 multi-hit games today was his 6th in a row. So starting with Tuesday in Baltimore, when he started going nuts with the bat, he's had at least 2 hits every day. So major league leader in hits with 42 this month. Times that by 6 and see what you come up with.
So he was 354 for the month coming into today.
Left-hander Boone Logan, another guy who the Nats see a lot, it seems, when they play the Rockies. It'll be his 57th appearance. Clint Robinson is the pinch hitter.
He had 2 pitches, fastball low 90s, slider low 80s. You see the numbers. Lefty's hitting 144 against Boone Logan this year.
Robinson goes up hacking. Clint first appearance against Logan. Fly ball to right, pinch hitting last night in the 6th inning against Lyles, his only at bat in the series.
I'm looking at Trey Turner's August from last year. He had a tough one. He was 0 for 9 in August. So what a difference a year makes.
That was brutal.
It's a hard 0 for 9 last August. I'm going to go with that.
6 multi-hit games in a week. And he didn't start till Tuesday.
He's making it look real easy. That's for sure.
Two and one, Logan to Robinson with Murphy to follow here in the 8th. If anybody gets on Harper. That's a perfect pitch on the outside edge. Clint not wild about it. Counts even, 2-2.
But wounded umpires tend to have bigger strike zones just because they don't want to be out there much longer.
Walters really pulled that one back in. And Clint Robinson will hit one hard to right. Carlos Gonzalez, though, right there. Couple of hard line outs, 2 down here in the 8th. Murphy next, looking to retake the batting lead in the National League. Murphy and LeMahieu are both 0 for 3 today. Starting at 347 and 346 respectively. Murphy 4 career hits against Logan, a walk, couple of RBIs. Jammed him. LeMahieu on the grounder. And the Nats go down 1-2-3, 8th inning. 1 inning left in the series unless the Nats do something big. 5-2 Colorado. Baseball on Masson. Brought to you by WGL Energy. Visit WGLenergy.com for easy ways to green your energy and help the environment. That even sounds cold. Then we like it.
Mike Machlinski wishes that was on his shoulder right now.
He's going to need some big time as soon as he gets into the umpire's room. Here's Matt Belisle for the Nats to keep the Rockies at bay. Blackman, LeMahieu, Gonzalez in the top of the ninth. Nobody else throwing. And for Matt, 35th appearance.
He's been solid reliever for the Nats all year. The ERA at 1.88. So fastball, slider, curveball change. Fastball low 90s with some run.
Charlie Blackman 1 for 4. And a ball to right. Bryce Harper to his right to grab it, 1 out. They have to get somebody on base here to give Arenado one more chance at the cycle. We invite you to tune into the Nats Extra Postgame Show presented by WB Mason when this one is over. Johnny and Ray at the ballpark. Nats will be gone for a week and then right back here for Labor Day. LeMahieu, first pitch swinging. Nats pitching will keep him 0 for 4 today. Zimmerman unassisted. Carlos Gonzalez. Fastball rides high. Belisle delivers a strike to even things up.
Harper, Rendon, Ramos for the 9th.
Yeah, and they're warming up Adam Ottavino. They could wait for Rendon to bring him in with Logan the lefty. We'll see how Walt Weiss plays it. Some managers like their closer to start the inning. How about Matt Belisle? 1, 2, 3, just like that to get his guys right back in the dugout. So as FP said, Harper, Rendon, Ramos, the Nats need a big bottom of the 9th. 250 Nats as this one goes to the bottom of the ninth. And you could be watching live wherever you are with streaming. Every out-of-market game live in HD or over 400 supported devices with MLB.tv. You also get At Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout, other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv to check it out. Boone Logan will stay for Harper. And we'll see if he goes to Ottavino for Rendon and Ramos. Bryce is 1 for 5 career against Boone Logan. 1 RBI. He made a move toward the breaking ball and stopped the bat. Ball 1.
Get a couple guys on for the Buffalo. He's feeling it. Adam Ottavino's ready. He's ready to come out of the penalty box.
Yeah, he's at the gate. Closer at the gate.
He is ready. Call him up.
Odd thing is, if Logan gets out Harper, it's not a safe situation. Nats by 3. Rendon next. But if Logan would walk Harper, Bryce gets a board in anyway. Then Ottavino could get a save, but he's got a lot of work to do, and so do the Rockies here against 4-5-6.
Holding.
Dying to get in. That's ball 3. And the Nats, the team that ruined Ottavino's scoreless streak yesterday. Important pitch right here. And Bryce will hit one far to right to the scoreboard. See you later. And Carlos Gonzalez tried to deke us all again, acting like he was going to catch it. Harper's 23rd game on here. Bottom of the ninth. It's a 5-3 ball game.
That was a missile. Helmet off, hair flip, 2-run game.
Save situation now for Adam Ottavino. Walt Weiss was one step out of the dugout when he raised the right arm, and the reliever is on his way in. Nats hoping for some more late dramatics here. 400 on the blast over the scoreboard.
the latest. Number 23 on a fastball up at him. Look at him kind of rise up and get on top of that heater and just roll his wrist, and the thing got out of here in a second.
Ottavino against Rendon, strike one. Anthony 1 for 5 career against him.
Yeah, pretty good fastball. We saw it as high as 95, 96 yesterday. Crossfire guy steps right toward the third baseline, almost behind the right-hander, and then throws the frisbee. And a 37-game scoreless streak snapped yesterday by the Nats.
Rendon 0 for 3 today, 3 balls in the air. Big swing, strike two. Wilson Ramos made a lot of noise with his bat last time.
Got the rally lids on.
2-2 pitch. Rendon, a swing and a miss. 95, inner part of the plate.
Oh, I like that hat. I don't know how she got it through security, but I like that hat.
2 for 3 day with an infield hit and the homer. He's gone from the shortest of hits to the longest.
That's like a wiffle ball. Say we expand that power zone, at least the red part on it, because that ball was hit.
And Ottavino with a couple of sliders in there. And then a fastball gets him looking. 2 down.
Well, that was just pinpoint command on all 3 pitches. Watch the run back on the fastball, just catches the corner. So 2 sliders that started behind Wilson Ramos for strike 1 and strike 2, and then the comeback fastball for strike 3. Not a whole lot you could do there if you're Wilson Ramos.
Ryan Zimmerman 0 for 4 career against him. A walk. And looking for his first hit of the day. Trying to keep things alive for Danny Espinosa.
Trying to get on there as a leadoff hitter for Danny Espinosa and hope he can tie this one up. That's got to be your mindset right now if you're Ryan Zimmerman. Leadoff hitter mentality. Down by 2, get the tie and run to the plate.
Fly ball to right. Rockies beat the Nats 2 out of 3 in Colorado, and they do it here. So a 5-3 final. Nats not able to muster anything but solo homers today for the offense. Stopped on 6 hits. Bettis the winner. Giolito first big league decision, and he gets the loss. The Nats strand 4 base runners, and it's on to Philadelphia. 6:30 Nats Extra tomorrow night. This has been a presentation of Masson for FP and the rest of our Masson crew here at the Yard. A 2-3 homestand comes to an end, and until tomorrow, so long for just a while.